My dear student, I am Mr. Jagabandhu Gouda from Kalam Institute of Technology English lecturer. So today's topic is note making and summarizing. So what is note making? In our English grammar, there is a comprehension test. In this topic, we read note making and summarizing. It takes 5 marks each in our board examination. So it is very necessary to understand properly because it is not easy to all the students. But when we are getting little bit knowledge about the note making and summarizing, we can easily solve the questions which is going to going to appear in our board exam. So note making and summarizing is a skill of a student. So note making is an important skill to enable us to summarize the lengthy information in a precise and compact ways. So it helps us to remember the relevant points only, and also through the note making we remember the relevant points, that means the important points from the passages, which is help to us to make a or to develop an essay or prepare a debate or to give a speech, to make a report or to write a letter, etc., etc. So it is very necessary. That means it is a short note or a quick note of a lengthy message or passage. When a reader from somewhere he got heard or some read some topics from somewhere, he never remember all the points, but he tries to remember some important points. That's called note making. And from this note making we can precise or make a summarize easily, and we can say somebody to the gist of the topic. So it's called the summary. By using the notes we can make a summary. Summary means gist of the topic. So in this way we should record lengthy information in the form of short notes, symbols, signs, and abbreviations. We also get the knowledge from the symbols, signs, and abbreviations of the words from the passage. We can keep a lot of information in our mind by the help of those notes, because note is such a way by which we can easily remember a lot of things from the topics or any topics or informations. Relevant facts remain on our tips in the form of notes, and it is very useful for the students preparing for the examinations. So now we are going to study how we can make a note. How we can make a note. So I am sharing something to you. Wait for such a minute. This is note making. So steps, there are different type of steps or various of steps to make the note. So first of all, we read the passage quickly to know what is it or what is the about. That is, this is called the skimming. There are two types of reading skills, skimming and scanning. So skimming, quickly reading is called skimming, by which we can get the knowledge about, or what is the passage says say to us. We can know about the passage clearly. And secondly, in second steps, we read the passage slowly to note the main ideas are continued in it. Second step, we read slowly the passage, by which we can make the main ideas, or we can note out the main ideas of the passage. In third step, we write the underlined headings. We notes we write the notes under main headings. Each heading contains new points, and the subpoints or subheadings are also there. Subheadings are also there. There is there is a graph of, or there is a sample of a note making. First of all, we write the title of the heading. First of all, we make the title or heading, which is called heading. First of all, title. In title should be, the title should be right uh, in the block letter. Then we write first main point, that means main heading. We make main heading. Under this main heading, we write some subheadings and subheadings, and subheading, under subheading, subheading there is some other subheadings. Similarly, we can make 2 to 5 main heading and subheadings. Okay, so sub points supplement the main points, whereas the sub points supplement the sub point. That means sub point supplement the, that means to help the main point, and sub point help to the sub point. So in this way, we use either of the following format constantly with the proper numbering and indenting. So we can use the same type of in numbering. One is first is main heading, A is the subheading, number remaining small one is the subheadings. Similarly, B and 1, similarly 2 to 1, similarly, or এই type ର ମଧ୍ୟ କରିପାରିବା. 1, 1.1, 1.2, or 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.2 to 1, subheadings, like this. Okay, next page. Some Then summarizing. First of all, we to clear the what is the summarizing, note making and summarizing. Then after, we can go through the an example. So summarizing a summary can be of a passage, or a letter, or a speech, or a chapter, or a book. That means summary can be a passage, maybe a letter also, maybe a speech, maybe a chapter of a book. But a book or a chapter be summary hi pare. Summarizing is a highly functional skill, as it is used by students of various disciplines as well as by adults who have often to present a gist of what they have heard or read. It is very necessary for the, as well as the students, as well as the adults. Students are also used this for their reading particles, but adults are also used them in the time of when he or she wants to write the gist of the topic which is he read, which ever he read or somewhere he heard. So it is very necessary for us to uh, to know about the summarizing and note making, because many times uh, we hear or we read some events or accidents and something from where or from somewhere, but um, we want to explain it mm, by its gist or shortcutly. So it is very necessary for us how to know how to summarize the note makings. So by the help of note makings, we can summarize the topic. So first point is separate the irrelevant, that means the relevant points from the irrelevant one. For making summarize, we have to know about the relevant, what is relevant or what is irrelevant words in the passage. So first of all, we separate the relevant points, which is helpful to making the summarize from the irrelevant points. So this shifting is done while making or making note. ଏ କାମଟା କେତେବେଳେ ହେଇପାରିବ ନା ନୋଟ୍ ମେକିଂ ସମୟରେ ହିଁ ଆକୁ ଆମେ କରିପାରିବା, ଯୋଉଟା କି ଇରିଲେଭେଣ୍ଟ ୱାର୍ଡ ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ ବାହାର କରିଦେବା, ରିଲେଭେଣ୍ଟ ୱାର୍ଡ ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ ସେପାରେଟ କରି ଲେଖିପାରିବା. And summarize can therefore stem from notes. With practice, this selection can be done mentally, and it is very necessary for our mental power. When we ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ଭଲସେ ବୁଝିପାରିବା ସେତେବେଳେ ଯାଇକି ଆମେ summarize କରିପାରିବା. So first, next point, arrange the ideas systematically in a logical sequence. जो नोट मेकिंग करा जायछि से नोट गुडी को हमें सिस्टमैटिकली प्रथमे सजेब. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी अरेंज द आइडियाज systematically, then present the material in a language that is clear and precise. Then after we use our own language, that means a simple language, a simple English or clear English to make a precise. Next, condense material in a short form as possible, both shortcut as possible as the length of the passage would be depend on the style of the passage. It may be a half of a passage, or quarter of a, or a tenth of a, or original from the passage, original passage. ତାକୁ ଆମେ ଅଧାରେ ଗୋଟେ ଓରିଜିନାଲ ପ୍ୟାସେଜ ଯାହା ଦେଇଥିବ ତାର ଅଧା କରିକି ବି ପ୍ୟାସେଜ ସମରି କରିପାରିବା, বা ତାର 4 ଭାଗରୁ ଭାଗେ ବି, বা 10 ଭାଗରୁ ଭାଗେ, ଆମର ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି ଆମର ପ୍ୟାସେଜ ଉପରେ. And avoid using the same words or phrases and expressions as those in the text. Same word को केबे मध्य टेक्स्ट रे दिया वर्ड को केबे मध्य समरी रे हमें यूज करिबा नाही. इडा होची बहुत इंपोर्टेंट जिंस. डायरेक्ट पैसेज रु वर्ड बाहर करके समरी लिखिबा नाही. Perhaps the materials in simple language जति भी ही थाए. So there is something, some instructions which is not doing at the time of or while the summarizing. First, never comment on the passage or add new information. केबे मध्य सेही कमेंट दबनी पैसेज ऊपर बा इंफॉर्मेशन ऐड निज इच्छा रु किछि मिसेबनी the message of the passage. So first thing, knowledge is said to be power. We can say it, knowledge is the powerhouse, and the chief source of this knowledge is book. So from where we get the knowledge? From book. So book is the chief source of the knowledge. That is why books are so important to people, but their number is so great. There are number of books are there, so it is impossible for anybody to read them all. one cannot read all the books. So in this case, we need for choice which type of book we want to read. So books may be roughly divided into three classes: good, bad, and indifferent. Good, bad, and indifferent. There are three types of books: good books, bad books, indifferent books. So what is good books? Good books are those that gives us pure delight and enable our minds and soul. Good books enables our mind and soul, and also gives us pleasure and delight. So are the religious masterpieces from this. The books are from the masterpiece and the religious masterpieces and lives from for the great men, classics and works of men like Kalidas, Shakespeare, Vivekananda, Rabindranath Tagore, etc., etc. Good persons. So good books are also the books that gives us useful knowledge about our professions and duties. The it gives us the useful knowledge about our profession and the duties. So bad books are also those that deal only with the dark side of the things. Good bad books are also different or the opposite of the good books, which gives the dark side of the things. Their authors argues that unless we know what the evils and how they work, and it is not possible for us to beware of them, but they ignore the fact that by familiarizing young people with the evils in the most impossible periods of their life, they corrupt their minds. The bad books are also corrupt the young man's mind and position and poison their souls. Such books should therefore they avoided carefully. Okay, so indifferent, the third number is indifferent books are the neutral. It is not it is also the two between the two extremes, bad books and good books. It is the middle of the good and bad books. They neither relevant, sorry, they either elevate or nor degrade. उठान की तले खसाई देते नहीं. Being read only the recreation of or entertainment to the entertainment or pass that time. So and also books exercises a great influence on the reader's mind. It also refresh or in great influence to the reader's mind. They form his test and ideas and thus guides his actions, so that so great cares to be taken in the choice of books. So we have to choice we have choice our books our according to our mind, which we choose the books which we are try to which we are going to read carefully or peacefully. So from this passage we are going to make a note. First of all, we write a title. That means the title is note. Title is knowledge is the power of knowledge. That means the powerhouse. Knowledge, that means the powerhouse. So first point, the main point is source of knowledge. In the sub point, books, chief source. First, chief source is the book, and the second point is the need for choice. Sub point is large numbers. Need for choice, because the books are large in numbers, and reading all is impossible. All books are not impossible to read. So second point is the classification of books. There are three types of books. Good books. Good books gives us pure and delight, enables minds and souls, and good books are also useful knowledge, professions and duties. For example, lives good books are based on the lives of great men, works of Kalidas, Shakespeare, Vivekananda, etc. Similarly, bad books are dealing with a dark side of the things. And the second is what evils are, how they work. That means the people who are reading the good bad books, the bad books also also influence on his minds. That means how what the evils are. It reads the, it gives them the knowledge about the evil thoughts and how they work, not possible beware of them. So next thing, the corrupting young people's mind and soul, and we should avoid it. So indifferent books are also between the two extremes, neither elevate or degrade them. It also uses to recreation or entertainment and time pass. Okay, the third is the choice of books is the great. Third is the choice of books, great influence on the minds. The good books also influence of our minds. Test and ideas formed and action guided. Also great care of great to be taken. So in summary, by the use of this note, we can make a summary. So in this summary, also write another heading or another title: judicious choice of book. ବହି ବାଛିବାର କାयଦା କାନୁନ. So books are the chief. By using this notes, we arrange, at first we arrange the notes sequentially, and then after we can write the summary. So summary is, books are the chief source of knowledge. There exist three types of books give us delight. The good books also give us delight and knowledge. Reading our duties as and professions. Examples such as the such books are religious and masterpiece. Lives of great men, works of Kalidas, Tagore, etc., etc. Bad books deal deal with evils deal with evils, but they corrupt young minds and souls. So indifferent books are also lies between the two extremes. So they are read only for the pleasant times and recreations. So books influence young minds greatly. So from their test and guide their actions, and hence need to be chosen carefully. So this is the summary of the note or the passage. Very simply, it is so simple. At first you have to understand the passage, then after you can make note and make a summary. So in this way we have the another passage. There is also in the passage, uh, it is uh, it is for us the knowledge. Sorry, the second topic is the books is the chief. Hello. Next thing is next next passage. This is the passage we don't realize that ultimately what is the our the minds are this passage also based on the books. So but what is the importance of books, or in this passage, books a source of a great pleasure. Books is a source of a great pleasure because in the isolation time we need the book, because book is a good friend for us. In the time of isolation we can get knowledge, or we can get a feel, or we can get the relax from the reading of books. Okay, so this passage also shows us or gives us such ideas. That means the book is very important for us. Okay.
Koda.
But nowadays the uh, people uh, do not get interested the reading of books. They use their leisure time by spending um, some other people with other people's parties, functions, etc., etc. So in this passage we get some notes. So first, the title is books, a source of great pleasure. That means of acquiring knowledge today. Nowadays we get knowledge from different medias like radio, cinema, newspaper, reading books. But reading books is the most effective of all. ଏ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କଠୁ ବହି ପଢିବାଟା ସବୁଠୁ ଭଲ, ବିକଜ ଏଇ ବହି ପଢିବା ଫଳରେ ଆମ ମନ ଭିତରେ କ୍ରିଏଟିଭିଟି କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ହୋଇଥାଏ। ବଟ୍ ରେଡ଼ିଓ, ସିନେମା, ନ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ପେପର ପଢିବା ଫଳରେ ବା ଦେଖିବା ଫଳରେ ଆମେ କେବଳ ଦେଖିଦେଉ, ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଭୁଲିଯାଉ। So what does men do with the solitariness? ଏକୁଟିଆ ସମୟରେ ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କରନ୍ତି? ରିଲିଜନ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ଧର୍ମ ଗ୍ରନ୍ଥ ଏ ସବୁ କାମ କରନ୍ତି। ଆର୍ଟ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲିଟରେଚର, ସେମାନେ କିଛି ଲେଖା ଲେଖି କରନ୍ତି ବା କିଛି ଚିତ୍ର ବିଚିତ୍ର କରନ୍ତି, ଯାହା ବି କଳା କଳା ଉପରେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ କଟେଇଥାନ୍ତି। ସାଇଣ୍ଟିଫିକ ଡିସ୍କଭରି ଉପରେ ସେମାନେ ଇଏ କରିଥାନ୍ତି, ଧ୍ୟାନ ଦେଇଥାନ୍ତି। ଆଣ୍ଡ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜିକାଲ ଇନଭେନସନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ଟ୍ରାଏ କରିଥାନ୍ତି। ବଟ୍ in the society now in society the companionship of others in the modern world, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମଡର୍ନ ୱାର୍ଲଡରେ ସମୟ ପାଇଲେ ଲିଜର ଟାଇମରେ ସେମାନେ ସେଇ ସବୁ ଚିନ୍ତା କରନ୍ତିନି। ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ଯାକ କିନ୍ତୁ ସାଙ୍ଗସାଥି ଟାଇମ ପାସ୍ କରିବା ସେଇ ଚିନ୍ତା କରନ୍ତି। So men in leisure time they attend some parties, clubs and other social activities. So what is the man's fear? ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଭୟ କ'ଣ? To be above with himself or stand and stare, ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ରହିବା, ଗୋଟେ ଘର ଭିତରେ ବାନ୍ଧି ହେଇକି ବସିକି ପାଠ ପଢିବା, ଏଇଆ ତାଙ୍କୁ ସବୁବେଳେ ଭୟ ଲାଗେ। ଅଳ୍ପ ସମୟ ବସୁ ବସୁ ସେମାନେ ଉଠିକି ଥାଇବେ। So worth of reading a book, ବୁକ୍ ପଢିବାର ଫାଇଦା କ'ଣ? Cultivation of a habit of solitary reflection and real enjoyment. Thank you. सो देख आ 5 मिनट अच्छे हमर बॉडी ये करिया ପାଇଁ କ୍ଲୋଜ ହେଇଯିବ। ତ ଏ ଟାଇପ ର ସୋର୍ସ ଅଛି, ଏ ସବୁ source, the source of the malady human individuals, our political and socio economic parties। conclusion ରେ ଅଛି ଆମର essence of changing the individual nature, a major role of literature in the elevating the quality of human beings। so summary ଟା ଦେଖିଦେବା। summary, the several summary ରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଗୋଟେ ଟାଇଟଲ ଟେ ଦେବା, alienation, literature and the individual's mind। Several means such as the radio, the cinema, the newspaper, and the most important of all, reading books contributes to with the acquisition of our knowledge। ଆମ knowledge ବଢିବା ପାଇଁ ଏ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷର ବହୁତ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ମିଳିଥାଏ। In times of solitations, ସମୟ ଥିଲା ସଲ୍ୟୁଟେସନ ଅର୍ଥ ଏକ ସମୟରେ man finds himself amidst religion ରେ ଧ୍ୟାନ ରଖୁଥିଲେ, ଆର୍ଟ ଆଣ୍ଡ କଲଚର ଲିଟରେଚର ରେ ଧ୍ୟାନ ରଖୁଥିଲେ, ସାଇଣ୍ଟିଫିକ ଡିସ୍କଭରୀ ରେ ଧ୍ୟାନ ରଖୁଥିଲେ, ମାନେ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜିକାଲ ଇନଭେନସନ ରେ ଥିଲା ମନେ ରଖୁଥିଲେ। but nowadays in changing time we like the society and others companionship। ଆମେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସିଚୁଏସନ ରେ ଆମେ କେମିତି ସୋସାଇଟିରେ ଟାଇମ ପାସ୍ କରିବା, ଟିକେ ସମୟ ମିଳିଲା ଚାଲ ଗୁଲି ଖଟି କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପଳଉଛେ। a little leisure promotes us, ଆମମାନଙ୍କୁ promote କରୁଛେ to attend the parties, clubs or other social activities। so reading books gives our loneliness a new dimension। but ଆମେ ଯଦି ବହି ପଢିବା ସେ ସମୟରେ ତାହେଲେ ଆମର loneliness ଟା ଗୋଟେ ଅଲଗା ପ୍ରକାର dimension ରାସ୍ତା ଦବ ଗୋଟେ। the genius of malady lies on the human individual whose needs to be changed soon। ଆମ ମନ ଭିତରେ ଯୋଉ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ବିକୃତି ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଚେଞ୍ଜ କରିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। କୁଆଡକୁ ନା ବହି ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ। here comes roles of literature। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆମର ଏଠି ବହି ପଢିବାର ଭାଷା ମନୋବୃତ୍ତିଟାକୁ ବଢାଇବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କରୋନା ଟାଇମରେ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଖାଲିରେ ବସିଛେ ସେ ସମୟରେ ଟାଇମ टीवी न देखिकी अलग मोबाइल रे न घाटी टिकटॉक रे न घाटी बसी सेती समय जदी सेही पाठ बही जहा बही हम पाखर अछि नोट अछि ताको पढिबा ताल हिजो थैंक यू ओके वर्तमान रो टॉपिक थिला नोट मेकिंग एंड समराइजिंग इस पर थिबो नमस्कार और सर नमस्कार सर टिके रुहंतु म्यूट मु ऑन कर हां हां
ଆଜି ଆଜି ଗୋଟେ ଝିଅଟେ ଆମର ସ୍ୱର୍ଣ୍ଣାଞ୍ଜଳି ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରେ ରହୁଥିଲା ସିଏ ଆଜି ଏଡ୍ ହେଇଛି ବୁଝିଲେ କି
ସୁନାଞ୍ଜଳି
ଆସିଛି ଆଜି ଶୁଭୁଛି ହଁ ସେ ନାଇଁ ପିଲା ଜାଣିନଥିବେ ତ ହଠାତ୍ କିଏ ବୋଲିକିନି ସେଇଥି
ହଁ
ଯୋଉ
ହଁ
ମୁଁ
ହଁ
ଜଣେଇଦେଲି ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଜି ଆଜିର ଇଏ ସରିଲା
हाँ सर आज रेकर्डिंग टा सरला तो
ହୁଁ
सबुदिन
ହୁଁ
जो रेकर्ड होची से रेकर्डिंग बंद कर क्लोज करंतु okay so thanks to all of you to gather here and to cooperate me to read the lessons and I hope you um, all are getting knowledge about the note making and summarizing. Thanks all. Thank you.